cargo tanker found at the bottom of Lake Erie.
U.S. adds more jobs. Hi, I'm Samantha Ruff.
And I'm Dane Wormlinger, and this is your Public Eye News. Proceeds from a pig roast will support 5,000 meals. Alger Marquette's Community Action Board is planning a fundraiser to feed the needy in the area. Guests could enjoy appetizers from the Uper Goddess and entertainment from Kirsten Gustafson's Jazz Trio. Amy Learley, executive director of the board, said that, quote, the match is $3.50 a day, and believe it or not, some of our seniors aren't able to pay for that meal, end quote. The board has also taken an opportunity to unveil their rebranding with a new logo as Community Action Alger Marquette. And speaking of fundraisers, the Iron Mountain Kingsford Community Federal Union wants your bra. The 7th annual Bras for a Cause auction will auction off designed and decorated bras to help raise money for breast cancer awareness. This unique event allows individuals to show off their artistic abilities in a fun yet thoughtful way. Vice President Debbie Milligan said that, quote, it's very therapeutic for some people to create a bra in memory of someone or to honor someone who's fighting the fight right now, end quote. The viewing of the bras, a runway show, and auction will take place on November 7th beginning at 4 p.m. All proceeds from the event will go to Dixon County Cancer Loan Closet.
Connor Sports Manufacturing, located in the UP, is known for making college basketball courts. Just recently, the company received a grant award check from the U.S. Forest Service. The money will be put towards improving their efficiency, which includes either replacing fossil fuel or to upgrade existing wood energy systems. In addition, their boiler system will now be automated instead of manual. And the Marquette Alger Regional Education Service Agency recently came together to discuss ways to overcome poverty in the UP. The conference served as a way to inform people what resources are available under the McKinney-Vento Act. Under this act, schools are to have a homeless liaison officer who serves as a teacher, counselor, and school administrator. Pam Kieslow, the state coordinator of homeless education for the Michigan Department of Education, says, quote, the liaisons identify the kids and they serve as families, end quote. Last year, nearly 1,500 students were homeless in the Upper Peninsula.
A powerful storm this morning has knocked out power to many customers in Bay County and caused a transformer fire in Monitor Township. According to the Consumers Energy Outage Map, the pocket of outages occurred west of Euclid Avenue between I-75 and Wilder Road along the Saginaw Bay north of the intersection of East Hampton and North Farley Roads. Power is estimated to have been restored by 12:15 p.m. today. As for Monitor Township, their fire department responded to a transformer fire near 2460 Midland Road. According to Township Fire Chief John Kramer, the fire was a result of heavy winds. Winds in the area reached 53 miles per hour early this morning, and precipitation was 2 to 3/10 of an inch. And divers have discovered a pinhole cargo tank leak and several open hatches on an oil-laden tanker barge in Lake Erie. On November 5th, the U.S. Coast Guard said on-scene responders were evaluated and eventually released from the hospital. The barge appears to be the Argo, a barge that sunk in Lake Erie filled with oil in 1937. It is believed to have sunk with 4,700 barrels of petroleum products on board. Tests of a colorless solvent in the water near the wreck not far from Sandusky, Ohio, have been confirmed as light to medium refined oil that has degraded over time. And after the break, we'll be back with your national and international news. Stay tuned.
And welcome back. Last month, the U.S. soared in hiring people, with employers adding 271,000 jobs and likely setting the stage for the Federal Reserve to raise interest rates. The unemployment rate fell to a low of 5%, down from 5.1%. The hiring streak is the most the U.S. has had since December, filling jobs in a range of industries, including construction, healthcare, and retail. Today's report from the government suggests that the economy is rebounding after a rough summer. Soon after the report came, though, the prospect of higher interest rates drove down financial markets. And Dr. Ben Carson is fighting back after an article was published questioning a story from his past. But the campaign now admits at least one story from his past isn't true. Weijia Jiang is at the White House with more details.
Dr. Ben Carson insists the stories he's told about himself as a violent teen are true.
This is a bunch of lies. This is what it is. It's a bunch of lies attempting, to say that I'm lying about my history. I think it's pathetic.
On the campaign trail, Carson talks about a time he tried to stab a friend, but the boy's belt buckle saved him. He uses the story to say God entered his life and took away his anger. CNN wrote about the incident but can't find any evidence the event happened. Carson says CNN couldn't find the victim because the name is fictitious.
We talked to people who knew him when he was in elementary school, junior high school, neighbors, high school classmates.
But the Carson campaign now admits that at least one claim in his biography is not true. In his book, Gifted Hands, Carson wrote that he received a full scholarship to attend West Point. His campaign now tells CBS News he never sought admission. Carson's story of overcoming poverty to become a reputable neurosurgeon has resonated with voters, and he's now at the top of the polls with Donald Trump. A new CNN poll shows Trump and Carson have both gained support in Iowa and are in a virtual tie for the lead. Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz have also made big gains. Weijia Jiang, CBS News, Washington.
Joyce Mitchell, a former prison employee in Plattsburgh, New York, who provided the tools that two murderers used to cut their way out of a maximum security facility, will pay $80,000 to the state. Richard Matt and David Sweat, the two escaped prisoners, used hacksaw blades and other tools Mitchell provided to break out of the Clinton Correctional Facility in June. The 51-year-old Mitchell, who worked as an instructor in the prison's tailor shop, pleaded guilty in September to charges related to the escape and was sentenced to 2 1/3 to 7 years in prison. After a 3-week manhunt, Matt was shot dead in the woods about 30 miles northwest of the prison, and Sweat was shot and wounded 2 days later. And a Cleveland man faces charges this morning in a long-standing missing child case. After 13 years, it was the teenager's own detective work that uncovered his true identity. Elaine Quijano is here with the mystery finally solved.
The missing child poster said Julian has a small freckle on his left cheek near his mouth. He's 3 feet tall and 43 pounds. Julian Hernandez was 5 years old when he disappeared. On August 28, 2002, Bobby Hernandez was supposed to drop his son off at preschool. Instead, he took him from the Birmingham, Alabama suburb of Vestavia Hills, traveling more than 700 miles north to Cleveland, Ohio, where they assumed new identities.
He was always talking about his son. All he wanted him to do was be able to go to college.
When the now 18-year-old was applying to college, he discovered his Social Security number did not match his name. With the help of a school guidance counselor, he saw his listing on a database with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Police in Vestavia Hills talked with his mother.
She had been through so many false claims. She'd been through chasing leads for 13 years, and she just was kind of apprehensive, but real excited.
FBI agents in Cleveland took Bobby Hernandez into custody Monday. The 53-year-old has been charged in Cuyahoga County Court with tampering with records.
It was just great for me to be able to tell the mother that all this time he has been alive and he is doing well.
And after the break, we'll have your weather and sports. Stay tuned.
Beneath Tennessee's Cumberland Mountains lies one of the world's most magical musical adventures. It's Bluegrass Underground. 3 million years in the making, a natural space and pure acoustics offer music from the heart of the American experience. 333 feet deep in the Volcano Room, it's Bluegrass Underground. This week welcoming Jason Isbell. A little bit bluegrass, a little bit underground.
Watch Saturday night at 10:30.
Welcome back to your Public Eye News. I'm Dan Campanen. As you can currently see outside on the campus of Northern Michigan University, it is beautifully sunny outside. I recommend getting out there for the end of your day. It's a little bit windy out, but you'll be able to fare just all right. Currently, it's actually sunny with a temperature of 48 degrees, winds out of the west-northwest at 21 miles per hour, and a barometric pressure of 29.84 inches and holding steady. Tomorrow it'll be partly cloudy with a low of 42 and winds out of the west-northwest at 15 miles per hour. And tomorrow, it will be rainy with a high of 42 and winds out of the west-northwest at 15 miles per hour. Around the UP today, it's fairly cloudy just about everywhere. It's 43 in Sault Ste. Marie, 49 in Manistee, 50 in Escanaba, and 49 in Menominee. It's 48 in Iron Mountain, 44 in Ironwood. In Houghton, it's 45, and back here in Marquette, it's 57 degrees. Let's take a look at your futurecast. On Sunday, expect a high of 52 degrees and a low of 39 degrees and sunny skies. On Monday, expect a high of 55, more sun and a low of 38. And on Tuesday, expect some clouds to roll in, still high of 51 and a low of 42. Well, I gotta say, Will, this November weather is nothing to complain about. But I hear the Kansas State Wildcats are lodging some complaints against those Bears.
That they are. The number 2 ranked Baylor Bears held off the Kansas State Wildcats to maintain their perfect record with a 31-24 win on Thursday. The Wildcats cut it to a one-score game with 4 minutes and 7 seconds left on the clock in the fourth quarter. The Bears then missed a field goal with 51 seconds left to give the Wildcats a chance. On the very next play, the Wildcats threw to their wide receiver Cody Cook, who then threw the ball downfield and was picked off to seal the game for the Bears. The 8-0 Bears have quite the schedule ahead of them, with their next 3 games against the 14th-ranked Oklahoma Sooners, the 12th-ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys, and the 5th-ranked TCU Horned Frogs. For the first time in team history, the Cincinnati Bengals are 8-0 halfway through the season. Their latest win came on Thursday when they defeated the Cleveland Browns 31-10. Bengals quarterback Andy Dalton had a very different performance at home against the Browns this year than he did last year. Last year, Dalton had his worst performance, throwing 3 interceptions, and his passer rating was 2.0. This time, he went 21 of 27 for 234 yards with a passer rating of 139.8. The Bengals are looking to go 9-0 as they face the Houston Texans next in Week 10 on November 16th. New York Yankees pitcher CC Sabathia admitted he first realized that he was an alcoholic back in 2012. Sabathia then went public after the Yankees were knocked out by the Houston Astros in a 1-game wildcard playoff, saying, quote, "In 2012, I kind of came to the realization that I was an alcoholic and I was battling it without any help," end quote. He first let the Yankees know about his problem on October 4th of this year, the last day of this regular season. Sabathia had 6 wins and 10 losses in the 2015 campaign with a 4.73 ERA. Sabathia wanted to clear the air with the fans, saying, quote, "That was one of the things I wanted to clear up. You don't ever drink before games or anything like that," end quote. So Sabathia is making the choice to get clean. I hear there's something that hasn't been cleaned for a very long time that's going to get cleaned.
Yeah, and it's kind of disgusting, Will. This week, don't expect to stick your gum to the walls of an alley in Washington by the Seattle's Pike Place Market. Officials, after 20 years, will be cleaning up the wall, estimating to take down over 1 million pieces of gum. A contractor has been hired to use steam to melt off the gum on November 10th. And a Twitter campaign sparked after a pygmy goat disappeared from the Arizona State Fair. Employees and visitors broke in to cheer after Gus Gus was placed back in the pen where he was last seen. Included in the welcome back was a banner reading, "Welcome home Gus" and "Welcome home balloons." So guys, I think that goat story is so cute, and I'm so glad that he was finally returned.
I just want to know who's a goat napper.
I know.
That just seems like a weird kind of crime to want to participate in.
I know, maybe they wanted to pet goat, I'm not sure. I mean, I would want to pet goat.
I mean, they do make great lawnmowers.
Do they?
Oh, they can clean up any lawn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Short, small, long, large. You choose. Actually, there are a couple of schools that use them on their football fields.
Oh, well, that's good to know. But are any of you guys going to the Ferris State game?
And that's all the time we have for you today at Public Eye News. Please tune in again on Monday.
The preceding program was produced in studios located in the Edgar L. Harding Learning Resources Center by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television.